Hi everyone, Cosmic Mango here, your favorite mango from outer space. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Welcome back to my channel. Don't forget to click that subscribe button, it'll help you keep updated for more of my future Commander content. In this video, I aim to show you some brilliant and unique two-coloured commanders that are definitely worth picking up and giving a try. Each of them are out of the ordinary and possess unique abilities that truly make them remarkable. I'm hoping there may even be a commander on this list that you may have never seen before. Before we start, I'd like to quickly mention my friends at Paramount Designs. They make amazing playmats with fantastic quality. If you're interested in picking up a new playmat with great artwork, check out the link in my description below, which is offering a special discount code for my YouTube viewers. Okie dokie, without further ado, sit back, relax and enjoy the show. Let's dive into these commanders. Number 1. Vrondiss, Rage of Ancients, a legendary dragon barbarian creature that costs 1 green, 1 red and 3 generic mana to cast. He has 5 power and 4 toughness and says the following. Enrage. Whenever Vrondiss, Rage of the Ancients is dealt damage, you may create a 5/4 red and green dragon spirit creature token with, when this creature deals damage, sacrifice it. Whenever you roll 1 or more dice, you may have Vrondiss deal 1 damage to itself. So, Vrondiss is a very cool commander, because not only is he powerful, he offers a unique playing experience, making the deck feel very refreshing. It's not common to see a commander that requires itself to be dealt damaged in order for something positive to happen. This opens doors for those who love deck building and deck brewing, as they try to find some wacky and fun synergies to combine with Vrondiss. You can play around with lots of enrage abilities, ping a bit of damage here and there to Vrondiss and stack up your dragon army. Before long, you've got an army of dragons large enough to scare even those characters in Game of Thrones. You can buy this commander for around $1. Number 2. Kardur, Doomscourge, a legendary demon berserker creature that costs 1 red, 1 black and 2 generic mana to cast. It has 4 power and 3 toughness and says the following. When Kardur Doomscourge enters the battlefield, until your next turn, creatures your opponents control attack each combat if able and attack a player other than you if able. Whenever an attacking creature dies, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Okay, so Kardur is a very interesting commander. Playing with forced combat is a very unique and fun mechanic we don't often see. Okay, gold does exist, but Kardur feels slightly different. This big dude loves wreaking havoc on the board. Look at him whirling those sick weapons, the lightning chain and the dark magical looking sword. Very cool. What I like about Kardur is the fact that you can very easily reuse his enter the battlefield ability with some graveyard recursion, and this isn't really hard since Kardur gives us access to black. Overall, Kardur is a lot of fun to play, very unique and can be built on a total budget. So he is the perfect commander for those budget commander deck lovers that are looking for something different to bring to the table. You can buy this commander for around $1. Number 3. Ratadrabik of Urborg, a legendary zombie wizard creature that costs 1 black, 1 white and 2 generic mana to cast. It has 3 power and 3 toughness and says the following. Vigilance, ward 2 generic mana. Other zombies you control have vigilance. Whenever another legendary creature you control dies, create a token that's a copy of that creature, except it's not legendary and it's a 2/2 black zombie in addition to its other colors and types. So, zombie commanders at this point are not really a unique thing. Many fantastic legendary zombie creatures exist now who can be great and powerful commanders. However, Ratadrabik feels different. He does feel unique. Being able to capitalize off our dying legendary creatures is a very sweet mechanic, as we get rewarded with a token that's a copy of the dying creature and it's no longer legendary, meaning we can abuse this mechanic and create many copies of a specific legendary creature when we mix in some good old graveyard recursion and our commander. It's important to note that the effectiveness of a commander can also be dependent on personal playstyle and deck construction choices. However, Ratadrabik's unique ability, tribal synergy, resource generation, versatility and uniqueness all contribute to its reputation as a good commander choice. Zombies are always a fun tribe to play with, so why not give Ratadrabik a chance? You can buy this commander for around 70 cents. Number 4. Xanathar, Guild Kingpin, a legendary beholder creature that costs 1 black, 1 blue and 4 generic mana to cast. It has 5 power and 6 toughness and says the following. At the beginning of your upkeep, choose target opponent. Until the end of turn, that player can't cast spells. You may look at that top card of their library at any time, and you may play the top card of their library, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any colour to cast spells this way. Xanathar just screams uniqueness. From its quirky art design to its long and very special card text, the commander is superb. It's not very often to have a commander that has an option for you to pick an opponent and stop them from casting spells until the end of turn. This is a very powerful ability, especially in the final stages of a commander game, where it may be you versus only one opponent. In the 1v1, Zanifar is an absolute powerhouse. You can also get to look at the top card of the opponent's library and have the option of casting the card found. This leads to a very unique gameplay experience, where no game will ever be the same, as you have an unlimited amount of cards choices available when picking from an opponent's deck. All decks are different after all. Overall, Xanathar offers a versatile playstyle, an ability to generate card advantage, disruption capabilities, capacity for political maneuvering, and deck synergy. These attributes enable it to adapt to a wide range of game scenarios and strategies, making it a strong choice for commander players and a unique one indeed. You can buy this commander for around $4. Number 5. Grolnok, the Omnivore. A legendary frog creature that costs 1 blue, 1 green and 2 generic mana to cast. It has 3 power and 3 toughness and says the following. Whenever a frog you control attacks, mill 3 cards. Whenever a permanent card is put into your graveyard from your library, exile it with a Croak counter on it. You may play lands and cast spells from among cards you own in exile with Croak counters on them. Gribbit, you gotta love this beautiful frog boy. He is so cool. I think having access to a frog tribal commander is a very awesome and wacky thing for those frog lovers. That alone is pretty unique, yeah? A frog tribal commander. Anyway, Grolnok is a very powerful commander, which when fine-tuned can actually stand at the top of the commander power level and perform very well in both casual and competitive commander formats. Grolnok the Omnivore is a unique commander because of its ability to adapt and scale in power based on the number of frog creatures on the battlefield that we control. The flexibility and scalability of Grolnok's power make it a unique and formidable commander choice. It encourages players to build decks that can generate a high number of creatures that utilize sacrificial mechanics to access even stronger creatures or other types of spells. His mill mechanic mixed with his other abilities create a very unique recursion deck. This makes Grolnok a commander that can adapt to different game situations and keep opponents on their toes. Plus you get Croak counters. I mean, how cool is that? so unique. You can buy this commander for around 50 cents. Number 6. Grenzo, Dungeon Warden. A legendary goblin rogue creature that costs 1 red, 1 black and X mana to cast. It has 2 power and 2 toughness and says the following. Grenzo, Dungeon Warden enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. For 2 generic mana, put the bottom card of your library into your graveyard. If it's a creature card with power less than or equal to Grenzo's power, put it onto the battlefield. Grenzo Dungeon Warden is a very unique commander. I can't think of any other commander that is similar, to be honest with you. His ability allows you to pay 2 generic mana to put the bottom card of your library into your graveyard. It's just so different to anything else we usually see in Commander and can lead to some really interesting and unique deck building. Grenzo's randomness adds an element of surprise and excitement to the game, making each game played with Grenzo an adventure. Of course, there are multiple combo pieces that can be built and abused with Grenzo, which can lead to fast-paced wins, but if we look over that, Grenzo can be a very interesting commander to brew, and push deck building strategies to high levels of thought. Overall, Grenzo Dungeon Warden provides a unique and enjoyable experience for players that is definitely worth trying out. You can buy this commander for around 50 cents. Number 7. Neera, Wild Mage. A legendary human elf shaman creature that costs 1 blue, 1 red and 4 generic mana to cast. She has 2 power and 7 toughness and says the following. Whenever you cast a spell, you may put it on the bottom of its owner's library. If you do, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a non-land card. You may cast that card without paying its mana costs. Then put all reveal cards not cast this way on the bottom of your library in a random order. This ability triggers only once each turn. Alright, so Nero Wild Mage is a very interesting commander which can allow players to perform some really incredible and powerful plays. For example, mix Neera in a deck with top deck manipulation, so you can hopefully place a high casting cost spell on the top of your library. Then cast something small from your hand and put that card at the bottom of your library. Flip the top card from Neera's triggered ability and cast it for free. You could potentially cast an enormous spell with 8+ mana for like just 1 or 2 mana, depending on the spell you cast. I find this ability to be very fun and definitely a unique one to play around with. You can buy this card for around 50 cents. Number 8. Ghyrson Starn, Kelermorph. A legendary Tyrannid human creature that costs 1 red, 1 blue, and 1 generic mana to cast. He has 3 power and 2 toughness and says the following. Ward 2, 2 generic mana. Whenever this creature becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, counter it unless that player pays 2 generic mana. 3 auto stubs. Whenever another source you control deals exactly 1 damage to a permanent or player, Ghyrson Starn Kelermorph deals 2 damage to that permanent or player. I absolutely adore this commander. From the first day that I saw it, I knew I had to have it. What Ghyrson does is just so fun and powerful to play around with. I build a deck with him, and the deck focuses on dealing 1 damage as much as possible to opponents and their creatures, which becomes 3 damage in total when my commander Ghyrson is out. This can lead to a very aggressive playstyle which can very rapidly drop opponents' life totals down to 0 and also destroy a lot of their creatures over time. I call my Ghyrson deck the Gunslinger because it feels like I'm constantly shooting bullets at my opponents until they all lose the game. Truly a unique and very fun commander to play. Oh, and let's not forget about that Ward 2 ability that he has. I always forget that he has this ability. So many times I forget about it, and sometimes my creature gets removed, goes to the command zone or whatever, and then 2 turns later I'm like, oh my god, I had Ward 2, you couldn't even cast that removal spell on me. But yeah, please don't forget about it, it's so good. Ward 2 surprisingly is very, very handy, so keep that in mind. Overall, I highly recommend this unique commander. He is an absolute blast to pilot, and you can buy this commander for around $11. Number 9. Otharri, Sun's Glory. A legendary phoenix creature that costs 1 red, 1 white, and 3 generic mana to cast. It has 3 power and 3 toughness and says the following. Flying, lifelink, haste. Whenever Otharri Sun's Glory attacks, you get an experience counter. Then create a 2/2 red rebel creature token that's tapped and attacking for each experience counter you have. For 2 generic mana, for 1 white, and for 1 red, tap an untapped rebel you control, return Otharri from your graveyard to your battlefield tapped. This Boros commander is excellent. So much good card text on this beautiful looking phoenix. First, let's highlight the fact that we can recur this Boros commander from our graveyard to the battlefield, which is an uncommon theme in Boros. You don't usually see it. But like a phoenix rising from the ashes, Otharri can do it very easily. After all, it is a phoenix, yeah? This makes Otharri pretty unique, especially for Boros type decks. Otharri offers a unique and fun playing experience. Otharri's ability to create tokens based on how many times we attack with it, because we need those experience counters to stack up, is a unique commander experience that can lead to exciting and unexpected interactions. It allows for creative deck building and play decisions, keeping games fresh and enjoyable. Overall, this beautiful phoenix is a wonderful Boros commander that is definitely worth a try, and makes a definite, brilliant experience counter type deck, which you don't normally see too often in the commander format. You can buy this commander for around $1.30. Number 10, the final card on my list, Hidetsugu and Kairi. A legendary ogre demon creature that costs 1 black, 2 blue, and 2 generic mana to cast. It has 5 power and 4 toughness and says the following. Flying. When Hidetsugu and Kairi enters the battlefield, draw 3 cards. Then put 2 cards from your hand on top of your library in any order. When Hidetsugu and Kairi dies, exile the top card of your library. Target opponent loses life equal to its mana value. If it's an instant or sorcery card, you may cast it without paying its mana cost. Oof, this command is awesome. 2 commanders in 1. Hidetsugu and Kairi are certainly unique and very entertaining. This commander pair allows you to manipulate what's on top of your library. almost like the spell Brainstorm. The plan is, put something with large converted mana cost on top of your library, find a way to then kill your commander, Hidetsugu and Kairi. I don't know, try sacrificing it, something like that. It's an easy way of getting around that. And trigger that fantastic ability, which will exile the top card of our library and allow us to target an opponent to lose life equal to its mana cost. The higher the CMC, the more this will hurt their life totals. If it's an instant or sorcery, you even get to cast it for free. Mega cool, right? I mean, that's just pure awesome. Overall, Hidetsugu and Kairi offer a unique and powerful commander experience by combining explosive potential with a chaotic and unpredictable playstyle. You can buy this commander for around 50 cents. Okay everyone, we have come to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for making it this far. If you did enjoy the video, please could you drop a like, comment and subscribe to the channel. I would really like to know if you have any recommendations on a unique 2-colored commander. If you do, please share it in the comment section below. I love reading your comments and always try my best to answer them all. Also, if you have any video ideas for me that you would like me to do or you'd like to see on YouTube, please let me know. I'm open to all your ideas and I love pleasing my YouTube audience. Thanks for watching everyone, and as always, take care and goodbye.